Should I go a little bit more to the left with this camera?
You're fine.
We're fine. Okay, looks like we about live. Okay.
I don't got my phone.
Where's your phone? Go get your phone,
I
son.
don't need it. No.
You don't need that?
I don't need it.
All right.
You always need to check your traps. Get your phone, Jack. I'm telling you.
Get your
Somebody
phone,
might say
Jack.
that-
It distracts me when I'm live. When we live,
It distracts you when you
it
live?
distracts you too.
So let me ask you, should I let this thing go or what?
Oh yeah. That's it.
Let this thing go?
Yeah.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job.
Hey,
Couldn't find a prayer,
this?
couldn't find a God.
hey.
Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Yo.
He said I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Absolutely.
Hey. How you say covenant?
You already know what it is.
Covenant.
Urban X in the building.
Welcome back to the Urban X podcast.
Yeah. We are excited. We got the legend A.A. Rashid in the building with us.
He was here.
We're going to clap that up immediately. Get the motherfucking claps going.
That's all I got to do to make something clap.
That's all you got to do is make that shit clap.
Wow.
Do your own claps.
You got
bitch.
gunshots like KTL?
No, we ain't take it that far yet.
all right.
We ain't do the bomb like
Shout out
Flex
to
and all that
KTL.
shit.
Yeah, they be like that.
Yeah, KTL be like rocka. Letting that go. But you know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to have you here.
You my big homie. It's a pleasure for me.
Absolutely.
Pleasure
Urban
is
X
mine,
TV.
brother. For real.
We are in the building. We are in effect. We're gonna have a great show for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on some things. You know what I'm saying? But initially, how was your week?
My week was good, man. It wasn't a lot that happened this week, to be honest with you.
There's always a lot that happens if we paying close attention.
Or it depends on what you cared about too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Facts.
Because-
You can't digest it all because you be
Yeah.
all screwed up.
Like I read an article this week and it was talking about everybody should just stop reading the news.
That's crazy that they would say that because that is the most ignorant shit to say.
You think so?
I promise you.
I don't know. I feel like it could be like, you know, real taxing on the brain. Like it could be depressing.
No. The news has never changed from when I was a kid to now. You just gotta have parents to inundate you and filter that shit through.
It moves way faster now, so it could be. It's a lot of just noise. Rather
The kids move faster. I'm telling you that the creator would never give you a burden that you could not stand, and there's no burden in the news, even if it's a lie. We want to hear what the devil have to say. If we want to call the devil the evil part, or we want to hear what God got to say, you let them tell it. You know, if you really put these glasses on, God is the one putting the most work, and the devil the one trying to tell you how to get out of this. I'm inclined to say that the news is important, but I'm sitting here. It's my duty to tell you this. that your daddy, one of the first people that taught us how to look at the news, especially as they monetize it for journalism.
Right.
And I want to add this to the dialogue. Napoleon had 2 newspapers. He had one for high-end people, and he had one for the streets.
That's how the Wall Street Journal works.
Yeah, like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times would be high-end, and the Post and the New York Times, the Daily News would be like low-end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So combined with that dichotomy, you know what I mean? We understand that the journalism is very significant. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of the crucial components. You know what I'm saying?
So fake news or real news? Either one.
There's no such thing as fake news unless it's me and the blue pill on the song. That's a hot song.
Yeah, that is a hot
called
song.
Fake news.
That
right?
is a hot song.
But if anybody get a platform to say anything and it becomes news, news is news. It's the person who's perceiving it and who's receiving it. So what you perceive as news to me is like, it's a lot of stuff that might be very important to people in the popular culture, but my monetary stream and my important stuff that I gotta do determines for me what I'm finna pay attention to. So they finna tell me something about something going on in a part of the world that my economic construct has already determined that I don't have the ability to really find in that space a fulfillment or a happiness. You heard? So therefore, my longing to understand what is going on over there, I need like a third party. I need empathy, a third party empathy factor to tell me why I need to care about that. So that's what the news is. So sometimes the news talks about some shit that you would never know, right?
Right.
So because of war and because what war does to people, I'm inclined to care about how maybe a war affected a child that was born in a world. I'm black, quote unquote, in quotations. I have to care about the first generation of black children that was born in slavery because I'm a product of them. So what we have now, look, we in a professional setting in the comforts of home. This is an evolutionary dialogue. So in linear history, we have progressed. So I have to understand in linear history what is to be said of the young people from Iraq. If they go online and go look at pictures of me in America and they see black people having fun and not knowing that some of us were like, we ain't like what happened to them children that happened over there. What happens to the ones that might grow up idealistic and not girded by some type of discretionary filter and hate everything American, including its niggers?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm inclined for journalism to detail to me about people who are suffering in this as a result of some shit that they didn't even manufacture, they was born in. So news is good. You know what I'm saying? The Odierism is good. They give us some shit to be like, oh my God, what the fuck you mean they doing that to me? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not taking away from that, but I'm taking away from what I think is like just the average person. Like the average person doesn't have a brain like yours.
Look.
Doesn't have a brain like his.
No, let me tell you this. I'm gonna give you some games so you can walk forward. You ain't average. You ain't from average. That ain't none of your business. Average shit ain't none of your business. You heard? We not in the average business.
Right,
we not in the business of average. You heard? Mm-hmm. So the stuff that we do and the stuff we talk about has a high toll and cost for the fact that we even talking about it. Your namesake had expressed and showed the entire world what happens when you stand on your feet. You heard? Malcolm, you understand?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't no average. You heard? Right. On his autopsy, the person who did his autopsy, the doctor said he never seen a body that clean.
Absolutely.
In his entire career.
Right.
So this man was about what he said he was about. You heard? So we not in. You have to be an exceptional person. So you an exceptional person.
I appreciate that.
You feel me? Because you're named after exceptional people. And I knew these people, like these adults here, I knew them far before I knew you to be able to express myself to you.
Right.
So when I see you, I'm seeing the progress of a linear historical narrative that has developed into what we have now. We are Urban X. I'm
Facts.
lit. You heard? So I'm like, so we not average. So to the average person, average people ain't hip to us. You feel me? And unfortunately, because we're in a yuga, we're in a dark era on the planet, in this quadrant of the universe. So get used to it. This is like we like maybe I want to say about 10,000 years into maybe 500,000 years of darkness. So get into it. You heard? But like do like me. I am a tarot card deck that has become a gambling card deck because I know gambling is going to be existence more than the mystery, but the mystery will encase itself within the narrative of the lowest forms of primal human endeavors. So when we have hip hop, for instance, music can be evil. There's such thing as evil music. All you got to do is go look up Nazi music. It's evil to niggas. You heard? They have it. And they have social narratives that say specifically it is Nazis' duty to participate in the music of the youth, to impart the mystery of their supremacy model into popular culture. If they don't do that, they're not operating effectively according to their, you know what I mean? They establish clauses in what they're here for. So when we do a topical analysis of that, we understand that music has to be infused with some elements of the positive and conscious endeavor within the context of what's going on, that it makes the kids want to listen to it and the young people want to be like, oh, I could fuck with that because boy is saying the truth.
Right.
As opposed to him fronting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I like Nas. Nas never told you that he was a gangster. Nas told you about some gangster shit that you never would have an opportunity to participate or see. It had him not been able to use his historical narrative of literature, theater, music, imbue that within the context of like a large professor, his theme of what Queens was and what the projects meant to them, and then they express it in MC Search, who did this. MC Search, if it wasn't for MC Search, we wouldn't even have no Nas.
We wouldn't have no Nas.
You heard?
That is a fact.
So I'm like this. He's the one that's seen something that we don't appreciate. So what you see in our culture that you like,
right,
is white folks that appreciated it 20,000 times more than the nigga could, because he was an average nigga. And we not average niggas. You heard? We make culture.
With that being said.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. So, we are here. We are in the flesh. The God is here. Virgo season is amongst us.
Shouts out to us.
Let's clap out that Virgo shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's clap out that
Oh,
Virgo shit. Today, that Virgo shit kicks off.
Yo, it's very interesting that the archetype for Virgo is the M, and so is Scorpio. Y'all got a line at the end. Scorpio got the Jones, like the arrow.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot to consider when you think about the power that astrology has. Shout out to Raku, cosmophysician. Let me say this shit
Absolutely.
right. That is my big homie.
Yes.
His family member, Maraku in Philly, he's a legend. And shout out to my student, Andre Kafra.
Okay.
From he's a legend.
Okay.
He know Kabbalah, astrology, and this nigga will kick your head off. This nigga's like a ninja. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I be wanting. Like this, all of that stuff come into a cohesive thing where I have found that the most proficient minds are the ones who are disciplined and have an initiation system. I be trying to reach out to people that dudes be trying to factor me according to what they know about me from my teenage years.
Okay.
So niggas ain't really grow up with me. So these niggas be busy when I'm trying to get at them. But my students in them ain't busy. They like this. What's up? What's up? What's happening? Like that. So that's really kind of ideally, I had to grow up. The type of friendships that I was trying to galvanize when I was a young person, them shits don't fare well now when the world is soft and dominated by gentrification.
Facts.
So there was no, the reason why we was really commiserating as children was out of necessity. You heard? Those necessities are no longer here. So I see, right, so I see dudes just being their true self, what they was raised. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it comes out when I speak, dudes be thinking that I'm talking about them, only the weak niggas. I grew up with mad niggas around my way. I could be talking about anybody or anything or the topical experience. I'm not tiptoeing through no motherfucking tulips, you heard? And I ain't got no confectionery sugar to sprinkle on you niggas' feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's my bad. Don't feel no kind of way. If your mom smoked the crack, and I speak about people, mom smoking crack, nigga, damn near 90-80% of the niggas I grew up, mama smoked the crack, nigga.
Right,
I'm not
facts.
talking about you weird niggas that's trying to find a space on the internet to express yourself.
Indeed.
You heard? I'm speaking about my social
A time,
experiences.
a movement, exactly.
And word is bond, niggas don't know me. I went to jail at 21 and I came home at 32. Those is my formidable years. If you wasn't with me during none of that, you don't know me.
Absolutely.
You heard?
Absolutely.
So this is the frustration I feel in the free cipher after having become accomplished from not going to jail, creating literature, imbuing brilliance upon the very meaningful young people in various areas of the culture who are making shit happen. And also, I'm going like this. Hold up. Come on, we about to take off after this. Look. Also, this is what we doing. We redefining how to communicate with each other because I found that black people don't communicate effectively, and this is why we suffer the most under white rule. White folks is the ones that fuck the whole world up with white on white crime. So we trying to adopt their modality of existence. We speak like them, act like them, and like you know, violence in the black culture come from the Carolinas. You heard? It's been systematically shown that what that nigga said to me, I'm gonna get that nigga back, right? Mitigated by NYPD and niggas not wanting to do certain things to certain niggas because they know that nigga's gonna tell on them. Let me tell you something. King, black people who think they tough or who think that I care about their feelings are crazy. You heard? I don't have enough money to change the manner in which your fucked up life is with my words, weird ass. You heard? I'm so roguish that I'm not even catering to this legacy of humanity. The future fuck with me. You heard? Not the rapper, the populace who is sick of this fake old nigga who think they tough. Why are you trying to be tough? When you get a certain age, you're supposed to be facilitating youth movements and socking it to their pocket.
Absolutely.
Show me how you giving money to young people to make them feel like they don't gotta sell dope, which don't sell no more like that.
Facts.
You
Facts.
a crazy nigga in New York
If you
City
out here selling dope, yeah.
promoting this shit about crack. When I was little, that's word to my mother. You know my mother. Without hustling hard, without even trying, selling crack for another human, right? For $1 a bottle, I used to get $200 a day. I don't know no nigga on the planet that cannot use $200 a day right now.
Facts. Facts.
I was 15, 16, 17 years old. One day, I sold 16 bombs of crack cocaine. And I was like, this shit is the best shit since sliced bread. I don't gotta ask my mama for nothing. My daddy is a fucking missing person, right? These niggas my age don't get no money with me. These niggas is too busy trying to be gangsters and not hustlers. I fuck with the big homie that's both gangsters and hustlers. There's a difference. Gangsters sit up and it's more than one of them, and they sit and they be like this, plotting on niggas' life. That's what gangsters do. It's organized. Once they ain't playing, we finna spank him for the bag, right? Hustlers can turn trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You miss like that. That's what they do all day. I was fortunate enough to grow up with them niggas that's a combination of both of them things. You heard? So I grew out of niggas sitting up trying to act tough on the corner all day for nothing. You heard? So I'm like this. My moral high ground for how to judge and filter my understanding and interaction with humans is way different than other people. So niggas is low-key lucky that my mom was inundating me with science and making me love black people, because my actions have already shown, based off of white people's records, that's manifest records, that I have a propensity towards trying motherfucking boundaries and limits.
Fucking you up.
And limits. Listen, my first victims was not blacks.
Right.
As a young person, I know that feds got the papers on me about my 1974, everybody born from my era, 9 years, 7, 8, whatever, 9 years before crack really fully sprung, and what we were gonna do when we were 16, 17, 18. Because when I was in elementary school, crackers came into the class and asked us how we felt, and when I was in second grade, about the nuclear war and who Mr. Gorbachev was to us. So when I went home and told my mother that, my mother said that was social engineering, and they wanted to see how we felt about it. And me being different, right? I'm like, I'm not afraid of none of that shit. I'm not afraid of no white man with no bombs. They really don't want to do nothing. White people want to be here. You heard? White people don't want to, because they so destructive, they would have been killed themselves.
Absolutely.
You heard? They want to be here. They want to be here, bro. If white folks is professionals at getting rid of shit that they afraid of. That's a fact. You heard? They press button. They got a button on every nigga that they think. You heard?
It's a problem. Yeah.
Right. So the new shit is this. Stop being religious. Niggas running around being religious and they checking you off. Or stop trying to be a gangbanger and you got a bunch of derelicts around you. You heard? These niggas ain't organized and they ain't criminals. And I'm like this. The mob dealt with Sicilians because of the mother factor. How the fuck you gonna make a organized situation with a bunch of crack babies? Get the fuck out of here.
That ain't gonna work.
You're gonna need a whole generation in between them niggas to get rid of the superfluous shit that's not required, based off of the engrams inside of their fucking DNA structures that's conducive to them being pieces of shit. You heard? So I'm like this. We can play all these games you want with words. Niggas that can't fuck with me is too busy. When I get at them, the universe made it that they don't never fuck with me. And I'm at 43. I'll be 44. I got maybe, these niggas got about a 6-month window period to have no access. You heard? It's over. Go to your fucking crackhead beginnings to get your message. You heard? That's a fact. You heard? I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. They playing to lose. I playing to win. I swear to God.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I look like a winner.
Absolutely.
I don't adapt myself to the losing part of no story. You heard? I'm not no loser. We never lost.
Facts.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So let's toss something up on the backboard here. What we got, Malcolm?
Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, pled guilty to 8 counts of tax evasion, bank fraud, and campaign finance violations.
So he
So in his plea deal, he kind of implicated the president, and people think that this is like the smoking gun to get Trump.
there is no smoking gun for Trump.
He's Teflon, B. I don't see it.
And I don't think you want Pence. That's my thing. You see, this Hegelian shit is about to pop off. Y'all think y'all want to get rid of Trump, and sitting behind Trump is a nigga who really can run the fucking country. Pence, who's buttoned up, who they gonna lay in the cut. And when y'all march to get rid of Trump, and Trump is a gangster on a whole nother level, I'm pretty sure A.A. Rashid could tap on that. See, the shit y'all think y'all seeing ain't what y'all seeing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just speaking to Rashid about it. Y'all niggas better pay very close attention. And this Trump shit is deeper than you think it is, because y'all niggas gonna pray and ask for some shit y'all think y'all want.
Yeah.
And y'all don't want this shit.
The thing with Michael Cohen, because again, remember we spoke on this a few weeks ago. I didn't know like the actual power the president had until Trump got in office, right? So people are because this is all stems from like the Robert Mueller investigation. So Trump is mad that Jeff Sessions, who is the Attorney General, recused himself early on in the investigation. So he was just like, "Yo, I feel like, you know, him flipping on me like that should be illegal." You know what I mean? And then he was talking about how he feels Jeff Sessions is him recusing himself kind of threw him off because he wouldn't put him in office in the first place.
Absolutely.
If that was the case.
Absolutely.
So I don't understand when people are getting excited about this. I don't see.
And then there's layers to this. Remember, Trump said there's some shit like I'm draining the swamp. Remember, there's always a political war going on within them devils amongst themselves.
Yeah.
And Trump has been known to be getting rid of them pedophile rings, and because he's not a politician, so he's coming in with this more of a business structure on these niggas and cleaning these dudes up, and they got a problem with that. You know what I mean? So pay very close attention.
Like we always say, like the United States is a corporation, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
what happens when a corporation gets a new CEO and they just kind of uproot everything? Nobody likes
They
it.
come through and
Yeah.
they clean up shop because they have a different vision.
Right. Nobody likes
And
it.
a lot of people lose their job,
Yeah.
and these fucking senators and these niggas sitting high on the hog on that bullshit.
Yeah.
Trump is coming in with a business mindset, and niggas is making more money than ever.
But like, so you remember when I said, because I tweeted this morning that it's weird to see like career politicians knowing Trump is kind of wilding, but still trying to get next to him, like no matter what.
Absolutely.
That's kind of like, again, you got a new CEO and you just sucking up to the boss.
Sucking up, brown
So
nose. So Rashid, what you think about what's going on with Trump and this shit going on?
I don't.
You don't follow it at all, or you don't?
Wait,
Because-
come on. We just talked about this starting. You said you gotta follow the news. Now you say you don't follow it.
No, I don't. The Trump thing is not the news.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
tap that.
The reason why I say that is because the United States of America is run by war generals who have been grandfathered into decision making and bankers. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
for my Latin American brothers and sisters who I hate calling you Latin Americans, my Aboriginal populace of brothers and sisters who are Mexican, who are experiencing turbulence from the what's going on now, is I want you to understand that this country is rooted in what is called Iranian duplicity, and that they use, the reason why I teach Kabbalah is because I teach people about polarity within all things, including social constructs. So the greatest spy master, the very person who stopped the Cold War, was a Mexican. The greatest spy master in the entire world of spy making was a Mexican named Jesus. This nigga's name is Jesus.
This nigga name was Jesus.
This nigga name is James Jesus Angleton, and he's a Yale graduate, and he went to Yale and was a member of Skull and Bones. In the film, The Good Shepherd is about him.
Oh,
It's
okay.
about a Mexican who was also a botanist. You heard? And he was able to outwit and outsmart white males on the here and as well as in Europe in Cold War times.
Okay.
You heard? So when they try to use the dichotomy and the dialectic to show us a disenfranchised people who are feeling the social pressure of whiteness, they use a distinctively who are they trying to introduce to the world as the new nigger. So niggers have been just a little bit too affluent. Now niggers are in Calabasas, niggas are in Paris, niggas are in Sweden, niggas are in the Valley, niggas are in Brooklyn, gentrified, niggas are on TV. So let's use some new niggas. Let's make a new nigger. And this is what they're trying to do with our brothers and sisters. And what they're doing is they're using a old British tactic of Odeirism, where they're creating a social upcry. Not an outcry, an upcry. And the social upcry is to make people push the buttons. And once the buttons are pushed, the politics is predicated on the like button. So hatred has gotten Donald Trump into office. It's called hypernormalism. You heard? So we may have seen the final president or the greatest type of whatever kind of whatever president you want to whatever call it when we had Barack Obama. However, Barack Obama was cosmological because Barack Obama was here specifically for the 2012 transition on cosmology.
Absolutely.
And he's a Leo. He was here with the blackness to withstand the cosmic social pressure of judgment that comes on the hydrogen atom. So the localization for where the 2012 event was supposed to venture towards this earth is a dark rift. It looks like a vaginal orifice. And the Aztec Mayan people, they used to cover not just the star constellations, they covered dark clusters of this nothingness. And they was like, why the hell is there nothing right there in this rift right there? And why is it pointing at this planet at 2012, right? So 2012 did not happen until 2016 because as Reverend Valentine tells us, that light requires time to reach
before
us.
it actually reaches us. Absolutely.
So it takes 4.4 million light years. Shout out to Blue Pill, being the only person to take a number that I've ever seen and create an awareness around it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So as he fleshes out the mystery pertaining to it, good luck with that. It's going to take infinite years to do it.
But he's starting the process.
Oh, yes, he is. Because numbers are the most important number around a number is the numbers around the number. So the mystery of 26 is in 25 and 27. You remember I told people
you
that
taught
the
that
first time
lesson.
We
You hit
interacted.
LIU. Absolutely.
And they was laughing at me, Malcolm X. They was like this. They said, I said, Yahweh is the number 26, and the reason why is because he's in between the number 25 and 27. They was like, Rashid, go ahead with this bullshit, man. Go ahead, man. You crazy, man. Go ahead. But then I said, hey, that's the only number in the universe that exists between a square and a cube number. No other number does that. Nowhere. And that there are only 3 perfect numbers under 1,000. So we talk all of this number shit. We talk about numbers. Oh, get deep with me, brother. Give me this Kabbalah. Teach me this Kabbalah, brother. Teach me this stuff, please. And then I'll be like this, and then niggas be like, well, prove it. It's like when people meet God, they want God to teach them how to walk on water instead of teaching them how to swim. Man, nigga, that ain't for you.
Right.
You
Facts.
heard? Walk on water mentally. Walk on water in your emotional waters. But nigga, in the physical world, you're gonna learn and you're gonna know how to swim or you're going to drown.
Facts.
How about it? For
So
real. So I don't think about that. And I don't think that it's cosmically important. I think it's politically important. And I would stay away from anything that causes confusion amongst the people. And with the Cohen name on it. That shit is just there for for pomp and circumstance. And then this is the other thing. Yeah, nobody's talking about this. Okay, so I'm from Brooklyn, large Muslim population, Brooklyn, Jersey, Philly, right? They have pedophiles inside of the deserts. They got pedophiles all over the fucking world.
Facts.
Right.
But now they happen to be out here in the desert somewhere, and there's a conglomerate of white folks that's looking for them. So now in their story, while they're saying that concurrent with this, that is also interesting to people that's looking for anything that pertains to that.
Okay.
Interesting, right? So the people who are looking for people who are looking for that are people who have a meme or connection to that, right? So now they have this dialogue where they say that the chief executive officer is now pulling the shit off of the peoples and telling who's the people who like the kids, right? So now, do you actually think that that's his protocol? That is the classic protocol used by people to defame or to find fault in things. Now, if that is the only thing that they can find fault in about politicians, I don't want to be interested in politics knowing what I know about Caucasian Western man's conquering and his conquesting psychology wherever he goes.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in how are you economically empowering people in my neighborhood. I don't care what y'all do obscurely. So now I'm from Brooklyn. Preface this again. Islamic Brooklyn, right? Imam Siraj, who's an imam from our community from Bedford, his son is on the cover of the Daily News saying that he's in the desert training kids to do bombings, and the evidence is that they got a skull of a kid that probably wasn't a good shooter, and
Right.
so they're leaving it out there, up there, right?
Right,
So this is how they can dovetail some shit that goes with them into defaming, because the New York Post and the Daily News, every cover have to have somebody shitting on a black man. They shit on the black. If you the black police in New York, or the New York, if you the black police in New York, or your job is to uphold some shit in New York, and you fuck up a little bit, your ass is out on the New York Post and the Daily News. We in jail, we laugh at this shit because they be like, oh, wash them. So how many times we seen in jail niggas that we just was with?
Absolutely.
This nigga just went home. This nigga back at it. Look at your dumb ass. Like this, look. So when I'm in the corner store, I'm looking at the newspaper and I see Imam Siraj's son. I'm like, look at this shit. Look how they twisted him into the shit of this other political movement where they doing this pizza party shit.
Yeah,
right?
Pizza,
and they talk,
Pizzagate and all that shit.
Right, and they talk about that. So then I go into this. What the fuck that got to do with them poor ass niggas around my way that can't all commiserate to buy no liquor store? I ain't never been to no liquor store where all these niggas drink liquor and going. Fuck what y'all talk about Donald Trump. Y'all niggas, y'all homeboys, tomorrow night, y'all talking about Donald Trump in the economic space, right? Y'all going out tomorrow night to give some crackers $1,000 for a $40 motherfucking bottle of champagne to impress a bunch of bums that don't give a fuck about you.
Facts.
How about it? So
speaking of liquor.
So look, I don't care nothing about that shit about Donald Trump or none of that shit. And with all due respect, back in the day when I was little, the TV shit used to come on and say, it's 10:30. Do you know where your kids is at? My mama used to be like this. Hell yeah, this nigga's right here. I can't speak for everybody else.
Facts.
I can't speak for how y'all model is for survival or how y'all peoples loved y'all or what they was willing to do to make sure your little ass was right there at 10:30.
What was you gonna say?
You feel me?
No, when he was talking about like getting together and putting your money together, because I was on 2/5 yesterday, and this like in front where Sonetta and them be, they're about to buy up those stores.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. I walked past that the other day, Malcolm. Let me tell you something. The 102.5 mark is one of the reasons why there is a conversation of black excellence. Period. 125 mark, when I was in prison, is what helped keep my mom's afloat. My mom's met the jeweler there that she knew from when my uncle used to be in the restaurant on 116th Street and Lenox Avenue. I come from Black Excellence Harlem too. You heard? Under the masjid. My uncles and them was stone cold gangsters. Leave you somewhere. Stinking. But they was Muslim. Alhamdulillah. But not just any kind of Muslim. African American Islam is survival. I don't give a fuck about no Arabs. When niggas start losing their African American shit in the let me hold something there, bro. You heard? That's when everything went bad. The Arab niggas don't be breaking bread like Jesus said.
Yeah, facts.
They ain't doing it. But what you call it? The Jews, you go to the Jew and you be like, cousin Yona, please let me hold. I need. How you think American Apparel started? That's a Jew from Canada. He slept on his friend's couch for 2 years. His name is Dove. He made $248 million the very first year. He don't deal with absentee management. I seen him at a sale at their factory, and he was in there dressed like they dress Hasidim, with the sex offended New Balance with the straps, the dirty ass white shirt, and the black slacks. You heard? And he's in there like this. Get socket to my pocket. Give me my bread. You heard? So who wants the most disrespectful shit in the world is black culture. Who the fuck wants to be black? You're arguing all the time. The kids don't fucking respect you. They want to wear European clothes. Everybody comes from all over the world to sell you a goddamn Lucy. You heard? And 4 wings. You heard?
Fried rice.
Yeah, fried rice.
Fly lice.
Yeah, right? And then don't know nothing about your personal shit or who you is or what you about or where you been. Ain't none of these organizations help to keep your daddy in your life. You heard? None of that shit. If my pops never left me, Malcolm, you wouldn't even know me. I'm a marginal ass, weird ass nigga from jail, boy. I'm talking about some shit because I built all of this shit from survival. I did penitentiary time during most formidable years of my life with no scars. I come home with my own honors. I wrote my books. I wrote and I established trains of thought for young people to benefit from, and I did not come home to promote no shit about you being violent, wilding on niggas, putting your hands on nobody, nothing. I laugh at that shit. We use that now as theater. I low-key have snuck in the music industry too, from me being conscientious, right, as a conscientious observer. I'm not a conscious objector of a motherfucking thing. The world is perfect. The way the shit looks is how it's supposed to be. You heard? According to the merits of your life based off of who made you. You heard? So that's what determines where your future is, based off the investment of those who invested in your life, who you are as a person, a personage. So I'm fortunate to have a great mother, but this is the very thing that I want to tell people. The very secret to all success is space.
What do you mean?
Here we go. Here we go. Get your pens out.
This is the most important stuff. So now look, first of all, let me do this.
Tell me about this liquor real quick.
Oh,
because we had a conversation about certain things that black people are supposed to drink.
I'm
and certain
tripping
things
because
they
I
not.
thought I had 2 of them.
I thought
I'm
you
like
said you was gonna buy 2 of them.
I'm like, where my other one? Right? Look, but you know that fermented liquids and things is what helps save the world. And that, you know, in Africa we drink, the reason why we're in African culture, people always talk about African Americans, and my brother, I have never been to Africa. However, I have more African art in my fucking house than niggas that you know, than the damn museum. You heard? Because my mother went to 12 African countries before she was 21. Right? So when the nigga tell me don't speak on Africa until you go, nigga, I ain't got to go there to speak on it. You niggas is acting like y'all Bloods and Crips and you ain't never been to California. Cause if your dumbass go to California and try to be a Blood and Crip, you would think about some new shit to do where you from. Cause the shit is hard. You heard? And there's some shit you just they willing to do that you niggas ain't willing to do. Okay. I'm there, so I can see it. So it's a cultural thing. Don't play with me with that stupid shit, right? So I'm like this. I don't have to go into Africa to know what Africa does and what it does. In Africa, this dialogue that everybody's talking about health and all this so stupid ass shit is post-colonial.
Okay.
They have a pre-colonial historical affinity with fermented things and meat, blood as well.
Say that again. Fermented things.
Fermented
and
like
meat.
this. Yes, and they have drunk blood beer. So you ever seen them Africans from what's the niggas' names? Look at me. I ain't never been to Africa, right? Look, the ones that be jumping higher than a motherfucker. You ever seen that? Everybody love to share that. Look at my African brothers jumping like Michael Jordan. Look, they be like this. African Americans be like, that's why we got hops.
That's why we get up.
That's why we could bang it on them because we African, right? These niggas drink blood beer. You heard?
What's that?
They have a ritual where they extract, without even killing the calf, blood from its jugular vein. They put it in a gourd, and in the gourd they also have some other fermenting elements that makes it intoxicating. So this is some shit that makes them connected to the magnetic field. You heard?
Okay.
So if we share the same magnetic field, right, that means that we have unity. So why don't we have unity? Your chicken wings is from up 174th Street. My chicken wings is from Myrtle Avenue. You heard? Nigga, they do these wings different. They vendor different. Oh, this nigga here, that's why niggas don't pick up my phone when I call them. They vegan. The niggas is on a different time.
I was going to say they on a different time wave. Absolutely.
But they running off of my shit.
Off the shit you talk.
I don't run off they shit.
Absolutely.
Don't nobody know me because of them. Everybody know them because of me.
Absolutely.
You heard?
Absolutely.
So miss me with that cornball shit. You heard? So my best friends is niggas I grew up in jail with. People I eat the same foods with. Niggas that I get lit with. You heard? And people that you put work in with. You heard? But all that idealistic shit because we liking the same shit and we wearing the same t-shirt and all this so stupid shit. Oh, you got an unk? I got unks too. We got unks. Oh shit, we unked out. That shit don't make us unified.
Absolutely.
Show me, break bread like Jesus said. Weird ass niggas. All of these conscious niggas all together taking selfies. None of these niggas own space. Space determines.
So this is gonna segue us into space. See how that works?
Space. Absolutely. And the efficient use of space. So everybody is low-key subjects of architecture. You're not subject to no conscious shit or my dialogue, black dialogue, the church, the this, the Chinese food restaurant, the liquor store. That ain't your motherfucking business. Your business is that you ain't got no business, nigga. That's your business. You define, you can shoot the shit out of somebody if they come in your business talking that shit. Act like a businessman and walk and talk that shit. Then you can put that twerk in. Use your space effectively. You want to have a meeting with me on some church terms? Come to the office. So nigga can send your stupid ass up.
Exactly.
You
Send
heard?
you up right there.
So y'all want to do all of this? Look, act like the mob. Ride with the mob. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Right? So I'm like this. Y'all are interesting. Y'all have unrealistic ambitions, and y'all do that because you scared of success and you want to do some shit that you know you would never be successful at. For real. Including hating on us and playing with me. No nigga has ever succeeded playing with me. You heard? Because I will play with myself, weirdo. Like this. I'm low key trying to be nice to y'all. Because I could have been out the hood. You heard? But so I could get fucking provocative and weird. You heard?
Absolutely.
So I'm like this. With all due respect, I respect my childhood and I respect my experiences and I respect black people who love other people without having to be forced to do it. So I was in situations where niggas had to be forced by necessity to fuck with each other. We gotta be unified. Because if we not, they gonna get us, and then they gonna help them get us, and then they both gonna help themselves get us. I've been in that situation. So you got to be down with the homie. You got to take that nigga as he is, you heard? Like this, and just improve around the shit with him. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So I'm a mastermind at survival. Cause I know how to write my shit and stop at the margin. Remember when you was little, you doing your homework, and for some reason in your mind, you think that you smarter than everybody and that the shit you saying could go past the red lines. You heard? And that's not the case. They gonna fuck around with your A, right? You can say anything you want. It's your goddamn form. You heard? Yeah.
Don't let that go over your head.
And with that being said, I want to say this. One of the reasons I levitated to A.A. Rashid was because he's been the same since the day I met him. My second book is dedicated to him, and my first book is dedicated to him based on the artwork that I put on the cover, which was to try to make hip-hop sense of, Kabbalah. And I was just so blown away by his body of work to take any situation and put eyes on it and make that shit mine. You know what I mean? And for a while I was trying to fight some other shit, and I'm like, right under my wing is the God who's telling me, nigga, that you looking at that shit wrong, Doc. Let me show you some shit. And so as a result of that, it has become clear to me how to navigate this shit, because it's all mine and it's all hip hop and it's all relative if you find that underlying principle. And that is the A.A. Rashid who opened me up to that. So I had to dedicate the second book to him because of that. And like I said, he's never fucking changed. From day one, it's like, nigga, this is it. What you want to do with this? So I know what that is, and I appreciate that. And, that's critical for me. You know what I mean?
For real, shout out to, I want to do this before I do that. Shout out to Sonetta. Sonetta got me lit.
Okay.
That's my man. Sonetta got me lit.
Shout out Sonetta TV.
That last show I did with him got me lit. But what goes synonymous with reception is inception. I teach Kabbalah. So it's reception. Then there's the opposite of reception is inception. So I said on the show that my first hip hop tape was De La Soul, because I taped it off the radio, the plug 1, plug 2. That was my shit.
Yes.
I used to play it out the window in my mama house.
Show that for the camera.
Sneaking out my mama house while she at work to go to the store, playing that shit out her window so I could walk to the store and act fake cool. Right? I bought this with my money. I'm giving you the tape. Because I spoke about it on Sonetta Joint, and you a young person. And then in my lifetime, I watched Pusha T say he ran off with the plug like True Goy.
Like True Goy.
He said, I ran on the plug too, like True Goy. I said, what the
Yes.
hell did he say? Like
Yes.
this, like bars,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So in your generation, 88 to now, do the math. What year you was born?
93.
Fact.
This is for you.
Absolutely.
So we talking all this African shit. Africans bring gifts.
Yes, yes.
Because we deal with the world of reciprocity. You feel me?
Right.
So your
And that
father's
shit right
a gift
there-
to me. And eBay that, nigga. Go look on
Yeah,
the line.
facts.
Look. And I believe in provenance. I believe that I'm a legend. I believe that if I give somebody something or I write a book and I sign that shit, that the book, as soon as I do that, it's like a motherfucker. It's better than a Bentley. Once your ass drive off with a Bentley, that shit decreased in value. My shit is like cocaine, nigga, or Chanel. It never go on sale. So my shit, once it leave my hand, exponentially it goes up. Because I'm a fucking legend from downtown Brooklyn. I promise you.
Absolutely.
And I grew up on different parts of of New York. I grew up too that's why I had to take the 2 train, Doc.
I understand
I had
that.
to go up the 2 train line because I used to get my sneakers off of Simpson from Jew Man.
From Jew Man.
Yeah, I got my first army jacket, black army jacket. I fucked it up when I washed it in the wash machine. You know what I mean? My shit turned into some other shit, Malcolm. Look, my shit was brown. After that, look, you got to keep them shit fresh. You got to take it to the cleaners. You can't wash it. Boom, boom. That's Allenton Avenue. When the first skate key. Shout out to the Coops.
Yes.
My man Cliff and them. And Lynn. Rest in peace to Lynn and all of them. Yo, bro, I'm telling you. Yo, I used to eat the spot. When I was in jail, they had this shit on the news. They was like, yo, we've been selling these niggas horse ribs for years. I was like, oh, I ate one of them shits. Nigga, we was like this. Yo, me and my man Cliff used to be, how the fuck is them beef ribs that big, boy? Like this. I'm in jail. It's like this. It's like this. Oh, the feds done came in. These niggas been selling horse meat. Yo, I'd have been to Club 2000. Malcolm X.
Yeah, it was a shit.
You be out there like 2 a.m, nigga. The smoke come out on the floor like it's a disco. We in the Bronx, like uptown, like we're uptown in the Bronx is obscure. You know what I'm saying? Like right there. So we in sacred ground, bro. Some of the most quartz concentrations and minerals for on the planet of quartz is in the Bronx. You heard? All this Mount Morris, Mount this, Mount that.
Eden, yeah.
Come on, bro. The shit that the dynamite this wasn't finna be knocking down. They like, nigga, we don't have that yet. So why you think the way that shit is built is a certain way, and it was built like that because of this hypernormalism hit the Bronx the hardest, because they used to use the Bronx and Brownsville, Brooklyn, the prototypes to try to bring money to New York. So you see in the last, I say I don't pay attention to everything, but some shit I pay attention to. De Blasio was trying to sell parts of the city. So now I'm here.
He's selling to the colleges.
Yeah. Nonetheless, he's selling it.
Yeah.
You heard? So my thing is that the colleges is the same thing as the banks. Low key, because once your ass leave the bank, you owe them.
Right.
You heard?
Right,
Once you leave college, you owe them.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? College is based off of once this nigga signed this paper, I inundate you with all these facts, not knowledge. There's a difference between facts and knowledge. Knowledge can be only acquired from prayers. This is according to my studies. So you know I'm a beast. I wrote the most important and significant book on the subject of spirituality as it pertains to black people in the installment of my Dog Star Hip Hop series. So this is 2 and this is 3. So 3 is even crazier because I put in 3 a whole systematic overview. Like you can open my shit to anything. Niggas ain't never seen an Akkadian prayer. So I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you some shit that rhymes. I'm gonna show you how Africans think. They said, Sunu sarkis ipusu sinu. Anukul supis ipus usunuti. Now, sunu sarkis ipusini ipusuni anuku supis ipus usunuti. So this shit rhymes. So now I'm gonna tell you what it says. And this is for these cocksuckers playing with me. Okay? Right? I'm gonna say this because I read books. They play on the internet. They play with bum bitches in the DM. They gossip about me and play with me, and these niggas is soft.
Got you.
Word to my dead mother, right? It says, I, having performed ritual on me secretly, I shall perform rituals on them openly. So that's all I'm gonna say about how your psychology of your ancients was. We don't play this game. These niggas thinking they playing a chess game with you. Oh, I'm waiting to drop this bomb on this nigga and all this. These niggas is pussy. You heard? Don't play with me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't play. Your daddy didn't make y'all for that, and y'all moms and them was smoking crack when my moms was doing some other shit.
Absolutely.
Being a fucking a celebrity midwife. Let's stop playing these games. So I'm like this. When I'm saying this, I'm not talking about your crackhead mother. I'm talking about the things that you raised you. You show me this the merit of a man. Show me your first throne, and I'll show you if you were king. I'm a king. My mama's throne. My first throne is my mama's lap. I'm a king. What the fuck is you?
Facts. Let's clap
heard?
that up. Yep.
Yeah. You see?
Yep.
So the proof is in the pudding. Your mama's a queen,
Facts.
a throne, so is yours.
And I'm gonna say
Because
this
if
about
it wasn't, we would not be here. The proof is in the pudding. Don't get the peas.
and I'm gonna
mixed
say
up.
this about Rashid's
And you the
mom.
big homie. This is the big homie.
Yeah, yeah.
Look,
yeah.
you humble. You ain't even looking. Look.
I'm gonna say this about Rashid's mom. Like when I went to her for some herbal spiritual guidance, they was dealing with people in the front of the store. They brought her to the back of the store, so I already knew the vibration. We didn't have to go to the front of the store. They was like, oh, and they was taking us way in the back where the real shit was going on.
Right.
And that's when I knew, okay, mama's on some real shit, because even these were Chinese people. They recognized, this ain't some hood shit. We was going down to Chinatown and this and that, and everybody else had to deal in the front of the store and do, merchant and all that old shit. And they was bringing us into the back where like the family.
Why do you
shit
think
was.
Chinese people live longer than us? Because Chinese people have a 10,000 year legacy of literacy and writing. More, plus. And they have the science of the meridians. They know that if everything external to you is connected, so is everything inside you.
Absolutely.
So these niggas could sit up and talk about all these spiritual, deep teacher, healing niggas they was around. I was around Matulu Shakur. Matulu Shakur taught my mother acupressure and acupuncture. I'm not, before y'all niggas even heard about Tupac, I was around BLA. I was around the white bitches that put the work in the bank. The Bodines and all of them. I was around them as a child. On Park Avenue, on the Upper East Side. You heard? With the Pilgrims. That's word to my dead mother. If I'm lying, my mom's dead. I believe it's spirit. I don't play with that. Right? So we've been had a dialogue for healing modalities and shit. The internet and whole energy from years of no fathers in homes makes a longing in a community that has not been serviced by the circumspection of male psychology. Everybody's needy with these nigga blacks. Everybody's running around talking about they need a new teacher. When I first got in there was only 4 teachers. 5 teachers I fuck with. Now every nigga's a teacher. It's a gang of teachers. There's a teacher inside the teacher. This nigga's a teacher. These niggas is motivational speakers to derelicts and little bums.
Facts.
You heard?
Facts.
And it's hoe energy. These niggas teachers, because these niggas sitting up with hoes that be like, oh, look at him. Look at him. So now you got to sit up with her with this old shit. You looking at this nigga giving y'all motivational shit. And I hear this shit all the time. Yeah, man. You know, I had to stop fucking with the sister because, you know, she was all into this teacher shit. Then she done ran off with this old science with this nigga and all this so stupid ass cornball shit, right? Look, nigga, your daddy your teacher. The bankroll is the master. God is money. Your stomach is heaven. You heard? Hell is arguments, misunderstanding. You heard? Hell is a lack of confrontation. So there's violence. We need to confront issues. You heard?
Facts.
Of grave importance.
Of grave importance. Absolutely.
So I'm learning. I was gonna pull that book out on architecture, but I'm not doing that because they're not ready for that.
Okay.
These niggas don't understand that retail space defines future narratives of behavior and cultural paradigms. No nigga that's not aspiring to retail, I don't care about your life or your opinion. And if you don't coalesce with me these niggas too busy for me, but you running with my game, cool, good luck. You heard? Good luck with that. However, you will never be shit until you get retail. Let's see who has a retail product in the next 30 days. Me or your dumb ass. You heard?
I heard.
I got 5 books. Each one sells for $106. Say what you may say about me. I used to sleep on the 2 train as a child when my mother did not have the capacity to open up the door for me because she didn't understand what was going on in my experience. I used to go to sleep at school and eat at school. I've been medicating myself from childhood trauma since I was 14. I dare nigga to play with me, Doc. I want to put the work in. I want to prove to niggas, right? But I have to do it with somebody that know me that's playing with me. Preferably somebody that know me for years.
Oh,
so
okay.
play with me. I give passes out to strangers. You heard?
Because they don't know no better.
They don't know no better. But if you was doing this, it's because your mother and them taught you to be jealous of me, nigga. You heard?
Facts.
Don't play with me. None of your daddy ain't never wrote a book. That's my shit. Don't play with me.
Facts.
You one of the only men that I know that if Lord forbid the children can sell the narrative and eat for the remainder of their life.
Absolutely.
Because you is the legend and the big homie.
Absolutely.
And more important, I'm going to end on this because I'm a little hungry and then I got to bust one. The mizzle like this. I would not be relevant or nobody until your father had showed people my manuscripts that was originally composed as gang lessons to galvanize young people out of the shit that was hurting us. And I'm with the toughest niggas in the world. My first 2 books is gang lessons from prison. And I had to write in such a way that when the crackers used to come in my cell, my name is Ahmed Abdullah Rashid. Why he got all these books? Why is he always masterminding some niggas around him? Why is he interested in this particular line of literature? You heard? They'll never know that it was written. I'm operating from the premises of my mother's endeavors. My mother is an overachiever. My mother escaped heroin addiction and Howard House's projects, bro. To go to Chicago. I'm a first resurrection baby from a member of the Nation of Islam. My mother's name was Deborah X13 Fisher. You heard? Come on, bro. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but my bad part come from me not having no daddy. You would not know me, bro. If I had my pops, I would be a square nigga, son, I promise you. I'm a surgeon. I'm a lawyer. I am a war general. I like when people die. Some shit got to go. So better things can be here. Right. I'm into statecraft, you heard? Study statecraft, Malcolm. Mix that with all this conscious stuff, all this deep, your Gatorade is in retrograde, and all this deep cosmic stuff. Read The Prince by Machiavelli.
I have it.
Read it over and over again. Read it like it's the Bible. And understand that men hate you and never surpass events to suppress or oppress you. They just use friendliness and accoutrements to try to gather or galvanize control over your behavioral systems. The only people that show friends is people that eat with you and who have been tested by the irony of duress. Not just any duress, like the ironic duress that is just us. And we have to deal with this issue. And let me see what you're gonna do. You heard?
Bring me up some quotes from the God.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to ask him. All right, so real quick. So going into, are you up on Travis Scott and Nicki Minaj? What's going on with them?
No, I'm not interested in them, but I want to be. Teach me.
Okay, so Nicki Minaj is upset that she didn't get the #1 album, and she's been going at Travis Scott, who has the #1 album, because they both played streaming tricks.
Right.
Like they both tried to bundle their album with merchandise and things like that to boost their sales.
Right.
Right. So Nicki, she's been ever since Cardi B came out, she's been on like a real downward spiral, in my opinion.
She could never be on a downward spiral because she's a LaGuardia High School graduate.
Which
she's trained.
she is,
and she's an actress.
Okay.
And she's in game, and everybody paying attention to this is in game too. I'm gonna tell you, the new thing with y'all rap and y'all hip hop stuff
marketing, it's trolling.
See, they gotta stop calling trolling that. Trolling, they giving a bad word to trolls.
Okay.
What a troll is.
Okay.
Trolls is the little cute little dolls when we was little,
Right.
with the hair up.
With the hair up, right.
And then the other troll is this: somebody that you know that is acting like somebody that you don't know, that is going on your shit, like the niggas that fuck with me, weirdos, and these niggas don't know nothing about IP addresses. So I'm just sitting up with your narrative, playing with you.
Right.
I'm in your face playing with you.
Because I know your
but
IP address.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm like this, aha, like a Jew, right? So I'm just playing with you. You playing.
No.
So I got shit like this. I got weird white bitches from out the country, out the state, that send me money just to call me all kind of niggas 4 or 5 days later. Because that is a sport to hate on black men. So they do it with the trolls. So now we talk about Nicki Minaj.
Right.
The only reason why we talk about Nicki Minaj is because grown men is talking about Nicki Minaj on these other networks, and then everybody is living off the click. You heard? The button. The young woman is talented and made a very good album. The young man, I'm talking about to me, her album is better than mine, because better means she lit. I'm poor as hell, right? Her album is lit. It's better. Now in that context, right?
Okay.
Now you ask purists, hip hop dudes, yo, Rashid album is lit, right? So cool. In that sense, that does not count.
Okay.
That can't pay. You can't take cute to the bank and get no nothing from it, right? You can't. So I'm like this. It's cool. So my thing is this: if she talked to Travis Scott or at him about something, he not supposed to respond to the sister.
He hasn't.
He not supposed to.
Yeah.
And you know why? He in game because the people that he dealing with some marketing on another level.
Right.
He dealing with people that professionally sit down and make money off of our experiences.
So you think it's her just acting?
I don't think about it. That's the point of what I'm saying.
Okay.
You heard?
Okay, so if okay, right now in this moment, I'm asking for your opinion.
Okay.
Do you think she's acting, or do you think it's ego?
Ego is here to protect you.
I don't agree.
Let's put it up.
Listen.
Somebody quoted this. This is a quote we got earlier today.
This is from you.
Yeah, I'm just being funny.
Right.
Ego is here to protect you. Refine the ego. Do not suppress it.
I don't agree.
So let's hear why you don't agree with that, and then let's let the God go in.
I think throughout history, every great man, every great
History.
woman.
Key phrase. Go ahead.
Every great man, every great woman has
Great.
met their demise
Demise.
because of their ego.
False.
Who
You
not?
you are false. You made an absolute statement. You said every great, and you said throughout history. You don't know enough about history, Malcolm.
I got my degree in history.
That does not mean that you know.
I'm alright.
That don't mean that you know enough about
Okay,
it.
okay. So,
Because
okay, go ahead.
because it is, right? That just being accredited for facts does not undertake wisdom,
Got it.
right? So the other thing is this: I know for a fact that if a fly right here, right, and if you try to swat it, the fly is not gonna let you kill it.
Right.
Because it has what is called self-identification.
Okay.
It identifies with itself and says that Malcolm's big hand will crush me and I have to protect myself from it. So it does a fly little thing and be like this, shit, get out of here. You ain't finna kill me, right? And this is what you do when somebody say like this to you. I go like this: Malcolm, please, why you got all that black on? And you know blue is the color. And you go like this, this nigga's crazy. What do my outfit got to do with that? That's your ego protecting you.
Or is that your ego
Hold
or
up,
is that
hold up,
confidence?
Hold up.
That's two different things.
hold up. Where you're a history student and buff, where does the word ego come from? Where does the word ecosystem come from?
Isn't that a Roman? Is that a Roman word?
See, we be using terms that we don't be knowing.
Okay, where's it from?
I speak the functionality of the
Okay.
term, not the term. The function of the term is, well, if I say go bring me a gun, you know, you gonna say I ain't got no gun, Rashid. What the hell you talking about? If I say go bring me the hammer in the hierarchy of language, depending on your experience, you know what I'm talking about. You gonna say, man, bro, I ain't got no hammer, cause you know I'm not finna build nothing.
Right.
I say, go get the crayons. You like, what the hell is he talking about, right? Go get the biscuit. You like, shit, we ain't got biscuits, right? So I'm like this: words, the hierarchy of words. This is what Kurzweil uses for word recognition. He works for Google now, Ray Kurzweil. He's the one that gives us artificial intelligence.
Right.
So he says that it functions off of a base of word recognition is based off of hierarchy systems. So when I say a term to you, it associates according to your colloquialism and your knowledge base.
Right.
So I always tell students of mine, never walk in error. I don't want you using the term aesthetics at a basketball game. You're gonna look like a weird basketball player.
Right.
It doesn't affix itself to that.
Right.
It's like, pass me the rock. That's a basketball term.
Right.
Aesthetics is what you say in an art class for like this.
Photography, things like that.
Right. So terms are defined based off of their readable use and how they function. Now, that's good that you are of the mind that you can be able to disagree with me. That means you're exceptional. You heard? You have access to even do that. You heard? You have a point of reference. Your house is nice. These floors is done. I'm talking in your devices. You got the right to do that.
Right.
There's never niggas out playing with me on the internet. Can't nobody tell me they disagree with me, Malcolm. You heard? Because I'll be like, nigga, you crazy. Nigga, you talking about what? And that's my ego to protect me. But I don't have to be protected with you. So you don't have to take the loser's route. You're not a loser. Don't do this as a practice. And let's move on to the next thing. Do this as a practice.
So
I do this as a practice.
saying, so-
Do this as a practice.
fine.
It's
But-
called object. Do this as a practice.
Okay.
School teach you to be subjective. That's what the subject of today, the subject, right? Adulthood and bills is about to introduce you to objectivity. The viewer, you are to hear, to perceive, and create your own hierarchy. So you don't disagree with me. You say, Rashid is provocative. And his idea concerning my limited 24-something-year-old view of the ego, it does not concur with me. You heard?
Right.
That's it. But as you grow and you give progeny and you have a baby, you heard? You're going to want that baby to have an ego. Because if they don't, then they won't question the world around them. So the same thing that you say you disagree with is the very same thing I want for my daughter. I want her to disagree with stuff too, bro. You heard? Even if she don't understand it right there, because it means her ego is working. Had her ego not been working, she wouldn't have a discretionary filter.
See, I agree in that
What does
sense.
agree mean? You haven't read my books. What does agree mean, and where does the word agree come from? It is a cosmological term talking about the processes of Mars. You heard? Aggregate, agree, greet, things mashing, they come together. This is agreement. Agreement is this.
Right.
It's not anything else. Agreement is, let me get this for that. And operatively, I think the New York Knicks is garbage. Hey, we might agree on that, right? That's an agreement. That means we met somewhere.
Right.
That don't mean somebody wrong.